Hey everybody, and welcome back to my channel, Probation Officer's Perspective, where I give my views and news to you guys regarding different things and my perspective. And here we go, man. This one here. Before I even get started, though, if you would please hit that like and subscribe button. If you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell for all, so you'll be notified for all the new content that I'm pushing out. With that, I thank you all. So, police officer, 17 years. He's a CHOMO. He just pled guilty. Federal charges. Let's watch this clip here, and then we'll kind of go over. I want to read the story because the video doesn't go into all the details. I'm going to go in more details. This is just sickening. I mean, you know my feelings on CHOMO, sex offenders, and, you know, how I feel and when they get convicted, where they should go out to the firing range. You know what I'm saying? But a law enforcement officer, a police officer for 17 years, you know, he got caught, but is this the first time? Probably not. Like I said, that's something that's, you don't just wake up one day and you're a sex offender. Is there other victims from before he was a police officer, while he was a police officer? Will we ever find out? I don't know. They're not saying anything other than this one case, but it's sickening. So let's go ahead and play this video, and after the video is done, we'll talk about it a little bit. Now I'm going to read you the story so we get a little bit more insight, because it has a little bit more details. Because not only should he have been arrested, someone else should have been arrested just as well.
The Knoxville Police Department has pleaded guilty to multiple federal child pornography charges. According to court documents, Dan Moore pleaded guilty to one count of conspiracy to sexually exploit a child and one count of receipt of child pornography. The plea agreement also sets a maximum 25-year sentence and a minimum sentence of 15 years to be immediately followed by supervised release. Rourke will also be instructed to pay back tens of thousands of dollars in restitution. The document says back in October, an anonymous tip to the Scott County, Virginia Sheriff's Department stated a juvenile was sending child sexual abuse material to others using his cell phone. While examining the phone, investigators found text messages between the juvenile's phone and Rourke's phone dating back to 2019. The agreement added the juvenile's mother conspired with Rourke and took part in creating the video that was sent to Rourke. Rourke was arrested in November. He had worked with KPD since 2007. He was fired 1 week after his arrest following an internal investigation.
All right, so there you go. You heard the news story. And there he is. And I want to, this is his mug shot. And I want to make sure, I'm going to make it big so that everybody that goes, that's in federal prison, which they're going to know anyways, but there he is, piece of shit, scumbag. You know, and they don't give any background details of this guy as far as he worked for KPD since 2007, so 17 years. They don't talk about his law enforcement career, if he was a cop before that. But like I said, and if you look at this picture, and I know I always tell you guys, like, you know, pictures, let me try to get this in here so you can see it. I mean, they always try to, I try to tell you, sex offenders always have a look to them. I mean, look at that picture right there. Now you look at his mugshot picture. Nah, that looks a little different. But if you look at him right here, they have a look to him. I don't know if you can see it. I see it. When I saw his mugshot photo, and then when I saw this photo in his uniform, I automatically had, my radar went off. CHOMO radar. So let's get into this, and let me read what. I'm just gonna push this aside. I don't even want it on my screen, to be honest with you. But I'm gonna do it for you guys. So let me pull this up here so I can read. So here's what it says. A former Knoxville police officer has agreed. So they did a plea deal with him. Agreed to plead guilty to demanding. Hold on a second here. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm there. What the hell just happened? For some reason. Okay, there we go. So a former Knoxville police officer has agreed to plead guilty to demanding a female acquaintance take and text him nude images of her underage child. Records show. Okay, so what's wrong with this picture here? This started from the news media we just watched. It started in 2019. And this female acquaintance was taken and texting him nude photos of her child. What happened to her? Where's she at? She should be in cuffs right now. As soon as he got arrested, she should have been arrested. I don't know. I'm going to look that up and see if I can find anything. Dan Work signed and submitted a plea agreement, imagine that, to U.S. District Court in Knoxville that calls for him to plead guilty to conspiracy to sexually exploit a child and receipt of child pornography. Rourke, who is being held in the Blount County Jail, signed the document Friday along with defense attorney Gregory P. Isaacs and federal prosecutor Jennifer Coleman. This shit makes me sick. But I want to get this out there to everybody. You can't trust nobody. Police officers. I mean, this ain't the first time, but man, it's sick. You got this police officer. You know, how many times has he had contact with children in his career and prior to this career? You know what I'm saying? Freaking sickening. Anyways, well, let's get on. Let's go on. So it says here he'll have to serve at least 15 years for the offenses. The conspiracy count calls for a prison term of 15 to 30. The child porn count calls for 5 to 20. But he has to do a minimum of 15 in the federal penitentiary. U.S. District Attorney Catherine A. Kreitzer will impose the sentence. Oh, I'm sorry, not U.S. District Judge Catherine Kreitzer A. Kreitzer will impose the sentence. So it goes on. In exchange for the plea agreement, the United States will drop 2 other counts against him. See, let's make a deal. You know what? If I got caught or you got caught, let's just say, and it's illegal in where you live at, marijuana. So you get weed. Let's say you get pulled over. They find your weed. And they go through around. Then they find your pipe. Let's say you have a pipe for smoking weed. I'm just saying that. As for paraphernalia. And then they find a scale. So there's 3 counts right there. Or 4 counts because they're going to get you for trafficking, the possession of the weed, the trafficking of the weed, and then the paraphernalia. 2 counts. They could get you for 2 counts of paraphernalia. But let's just say 3 counts altogether. Now you go in there and you plead to the possession of marijuana, and then they'll drop the other 2 charges of the possession for sale and the paraphernalia. That's how that works. It's always let's make a deal. They always want to make a deal. And that part I get, because they'll just start throwing charges at you. Same with traffic infractions, or drunk drivings. I mean, they'll just start stacking charges on you. But then when it goes to court, they got all these charges against you. Normally they're going to play let's make a deal, and they're going to drop all but one. They're going to make you or have you make a deal with them where you plead guilty to this charge, and then we'll drop these 2 charges or whatever. But my opinion, my perspective, when it comes to a child or any kind of sex offense that's going to land you in a federal prison, no deal. No deals at all. Nope. The deals are off the board, dude. That piece of shit needs to rot. Well, I already told you what they needed. Firing range. Let's take him out to the firing range. That ain't going to happen in these day and ages. But he should spend the rest of his life in prison. And you know what's going to happen to him in prison. So let's go get past that. So Rourke knew the child's mother for many years. She lived in Scott County, Virginia. According to court records from 2019 through October of 2023, he conspired with her to get sexually explicit videos and images of the girl's genitals. What a sick piece of shit. And this mother, same thing. Firing range. Take her out to the firing range. How could you do that to your kid? Sick. I got to do a follow up. I'm going to do a follow up if I can find the information on this mother and see if she got charged with anything, because her ass should be locked up for the rest of her life just as well. Piece of shit. Anyways, all right. I got to watch my language or they're going to tag me. An affidavit written by a Department of Homeland Security special agent said Rourke asked the woman to take pictures of her daughter as early as when the child, I don't even want to say this, was 5 or 6 years old. Oh my God. It just keeps getting worse. But hey, let's make a plea deal with him. You know, is he going to make it them 15 years even though he made a plea deal? Is he going to make it 15 years? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. But come on, man. Are you serious? So let's go on. I want to get past that. In plea agreement documents, the government submitted a string of text exchanges between the two in August of 2023. As the mother sent him photos, Rourke replied at one point, "You can do better than that." You fucking shitting me? So he's telling her that whatever videos she sent him at that time, he wanted better pictures. You could do better than that, you piece of crap. Scott County, well, maybe something happened here that the news media that we just watched didn't catch. Scott County, Virginia law enforcement heard about the case after getting an anonymous tip in October that an underage child was sending child sexual abuse material through the internet to the other potential users. The plea agreement stipulation states an investigator contacted the girl's mother, who agreed to an exam of the phone her child used that had formerly belonged to her. She tried to do the old switcheroo. So she gives her daughter the phone, probably wipes it, thinks she's wiping it clean, and has her phone. And then they hand it over to the police, where they're going to get a forensic examiner to extract any data off that phone. Should be both phones. Forensic exam revealed the nude photos and texting between Rourke and the mom, records state. Rourke has been scheduled for trial in August in federal court in Knoxville. The Knoxville Police Department fired him in November. Well, I'd hope so. Piece of shit. Hey, take a big good look at that guy, dude. Anybody's in the prison, federal pen right now. Hoping you're watching YouTube and watching my channel. You know they're going to try to, what they're going to try to do. But yeah, do you get that shit, man? But they don't talk about, so he pleads guilty and takes his plea deal, of course. Why are they giving sex offenders a plea deal? If they have evidence of that shit, especially, he's a disgrace to that badge and the community that he served and the department he served. Oh my gosh, it's sickening. So yeah, what I'm going to do a follow up on it. I'm going to try. I'm going to do some research and find out about the mother, because of course this is 2 different states. And so I want to find out what happened to the mom. It doesn't say anything about it. They took the daughter's phone that she gave her after she gets a new phone. Like I said, I'm sure she reset the phone, cleared it back to factory settings when she gave it to her daughter. But that's your own child, man. Come on. Police officers, geez. I'm going to tell you right now, they needed to dig into this guy more, because my spidey senses and my perspective is this ain't the first time it's happened. It started in 2019. He didn't wake up in 2019 and be like, yeah, you know what? I think today I'm going to get a hold of such and such and see if she can give me a picture of her daughter. Hey, you piece of sick bastard. No, he didn't. They need to do more investigation, which they're probably not going to do. I know they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. This is what they got, and this is what they gave him, and he pled guilty. He made a plea deal and pled guilty, and that's all they care about. They need to dig more into his background. I want to know the investigation on him. I want to see that investigation. Because I guarantee there's more victims out there than that. There's more pictures of other people, or who knows what he did prior to being a police officer, or while he was a police officer. What did he do? I'm sure, hopefully, some people come forward against him now that they've seen this, seen a picture of him. I really hope that happens. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell for all, so you can be updated on all the new content I'm pushing out. Hey, everybody, have a great day today. Be safe.